covered it over 4 cities: Venice, Verona, and Florence, Rome. Okay, so my city was Venice, and basically Venice was very popular, or specific to Venice, is that they use a lot of gondolas for transportation because it's a city that's stretched across 117 small islands in the Venetian lagoon along the Adriatic Sea. And some important structures are the Bridge of Sighs. I don't know, it's probably hard to see for people in the back. Sorry about that. And it's constructed out of white limestone, and it was made in the 1600s by Antonio Lotino, or Contino. And it passes over the Rio de Palazzo, and it connects the Doge's palace to the interrogation room where they used to hold the prisoners back in the day. And the next structure is very important in Venice is the Doge's palace, you can see here, and that's where the Doge, or the king that reigned over Venice, used to live there. And right now they just use it as like a tourist site. They don't really hold court cases in there anymore. But the Doge's palace, it overlooks St. Mark's Square. That's a picture of it. It's very pretty. And that's actually the largest area in Venice of flat land, because you have a lot of neighborhoods connected by canals and rivers and bridges. And there's a picture of a neighborhood.
I did Verona. Verona is a very famous city where Shakespeare, Romeo and Juliet took place. And Verona was captured by the Goths. They captured by the Goths. Right here, this building right here, I'm not sure if you guys can see it. It's called the Duomo. Right, Duomo, right? Has some Gothic and Romanistic styles of architecture, right? And right here is the Porto Borsali, right? Where it was made in 1 AD, right? And like the gates, right? Where like there were the gates before any of this fancy stuff was made, right? It was at like 500 BC, and Gallieni, right? He restored this building to the former state, and has his name inscribed in like the main walls. Right.
Note. European cities still bear reminders of the power of ancient Rome, and throughout the Western world, the influence of Roman power is still manifest. City walls protect the Roman cities. Cities provided a network of administrative centers and acted as physical symbols of power throughout the empire. Many European cities and towns, most notably London and Paris, were founded by Rome. Triumphal arches. I think we have a picture. Wait, that's an arc of that. Anyway, Arc de Triomphe in France. You don't know what that looks like. They were constructed by emperors in Rome and its major cities to commemorate great military triumphs. The foundation of temples. It was particularly important to emperors. Religion and politics were very much allied in the Roman world. Public cults celebrated outside these temples and were significant, where the population attested to their membership to community and the empire. Building of a temple by an emperor was a clear testament of his dedication to traditional customs of Roman society. Roman temples were, while related to Greek temple form and general design and use of classical orders, represent a very defined category of temple form. The distinctive elements of being raised on a podium having a front staircase and having columns along the sides being attached or engaged allows for the easy identification of a Roman temple. Basilicas and temples regularly appear in public squares or fora. cities in the center of cities. Large and small cities throughout the empire had a core agriculture.
Okay, I did Florence, and it's known as the cradle of the Renaissance. Florence is famous for its various monuments, churches, and buildings, such as the Dome Cathedral of the city, Santa Maria del Fiore, otherwise known as the Duomo, created by Filippo Brunelleschi. The dome is over 600 years old, and it is still the largest dome in the world that was built to Caribbean waters. The dome is still open to tourists even today, as long as the shade is 6 feet. In 1982, the center of Florence was named a World Heritage Site by the UNESCO. During medieval times, the center of the city had walls built around it in the 14th century in order to protect it from enemies. Other achievements include Bartholomew Amanati's Fountain of Neptune in Piazza della Signoria, which is a marble sculpture at the heart of the city's attic terminus of the still functioning Roman aqueduct.
Good job.